Shalom, shalom. I hope you all are doing well. I'm blessed and I'm back again with a quick video. Today I want to talk about the Texas floods and how I don't believe people truly understand what's happening. You see, this was no ordinary rainfall. In Texas, the waters rose quickly in the dead of the night without warning, flooding streets, sweeping homes away, and claiming lives. But what if I told you that this wasn't just a storm, it was a sign? I want you guys to listen to Genesis 7, 9 through 12. I want you to understand how Yahuwah flooded the earth before. It reads, "There went in two and two unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female." These were the animals, as Elohim commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 7th day of the month, the same day were all fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Again, this was no ordinary flood. The waters rose too quickly, without warning, flooding the streets, sweeping away homes, and claiming people's lives. According to Genesis 7 and verse 11, we should see or be able to locate the fountains of the great deep and the windows of heaven here on this flat earth illustration. And just like in Noah's day, the fountains of the deep were opened up, the earth released waters from beneath, and the windows of heaven poured out from above, a double pouring and a divine judgment, as if something beneath had burst open and something above refused to stop. The powers that be want you to believe that this is anything else but the Most High's judgment. Anything but YAH'S power. They even take some of these videos and they hide them. People are uploading videos all over the world showing the plagues that are coming up on the earth. So you've lied to us about everything else, but we're supposed to believe you when you say that this is not divine judgment, but it's cloud seeding, weather machines, and climate change. The Most High is speaking to us. He's speaking to us through spiritual climate warning, through the weather, through the waters, through the shaking. He's calling his people to wake up and get our houses in order. Because just like in the days of Noah, many were eating, drinking, and sleeping, unaware that the flood was coming. Time is running out, and most people don't realize that Yahuwah, the Most High, has already shown us what season we're in, but only a few have eyes to see. And this is because the times and the seasons are hidden from the wicked. The curious and rebellious won't understand the shift. It is the covenant keepers, the watchers, the set apart ones who will know. Just like in the days of Noah, judgment came suddenly and the world was unprepared. Chapter 7 and verse 11, it tells us that in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month and the 7th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. That day the rain didn't just fall, the deep broke open. The waters surged from above and below. The waters surged from above and below. This was divine judgment. And today the floods in Texas and across the earth mirror that same sudden shaking. People were asleep literally when the waters came swiftly and unexpectedly. It's a prophetic sign. The windows of heaven are opening again. But this time they're opening with judgment, warning, and awakening. They want you to think that these floods are just natural disasters, but they're not. It's judgment. In the book of Baruch, 2nd Baruch, the prophet cries out asking when the end will come, but he's told something sobering. That the calculation of time, the unfolding of judgment, and even the moment of deliverance are not made known to the unrighteous. Even the righteous don't know the exact moment. What we must be able to discern are signs and patterns. That's how Yah operates, not in calendar dates, but in seasons, not in public announcements, but through hidden signals that only the spiritually awake can recognize. You see, the world's asleep, and it's not just because they're distracted, it's because they're disconnected. Baruch prophesied that in the last days people would mock the truth, love lies, and scoff at the warnings. But those who walk in obedience, those who keep Yah's commandments and love his truth, they are not caught off guard. 1 Thessalonians 5:4 says, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief." So we don't have to guess, family. Those of us who walk in covenant with Yah, we're discerning. In Genesis 15:16, Yah told Abraham that his descendants wouldn't inherit the land until the sin of the Amorites was full. The same principle stands today. The Most High delays judgment not because he forgot, but because he waits until the iniquity of the nations is complete. This is divine strategy. The Most High waits for both the wicked to reach their fullness and the righteous to be sealed. Psalms 25:14 says, "The secret of Yahuwah is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant." You see, the wicked will not understand the times because they reject the covenant, but those who fear Yahuwah and who walk uprightly, to them the secrets of Yahuwah will be revealed. This is why the Most High's people can sense the shift. We can see the deception, the blasphemy, and the global shaking, and they know. We are not waiting for the last days. We are already in them. I find it interesting, family, that even now as I speak, it's raining again. The heavens are still speaking. The earth is still groaning. This is not natural weather. This is spiritual climate warning. People are calling it a freak flood, but the truth is the Most High is allowing the waters to rise, just like in the days of Noah, to get our attention.
So somebody please, we've called 911. It's bad over here. In front of the house, it's like a river. I mean, it's like a lake. They can't come to we've lost our cars, everything. We've lived here for 30 years and this has never happened.
Let's look at a passage from the book The Apocalypse of Abraham, the punishment of the heathen and the ingathering of Israel. This is the Most High talking to Abraham about the prophecy of the end times. It says, "And he said unto me, What is desired in thine heart, I will tell thee, because thou hast sought to see the 10 plagues, which I have prepared for the heathen. And I have prepared beforehand at the passing over of the 12th hour of the earth. Hear what I divulge to thee. So shall it come to pass, the first is pain of great distress. The second, conflagration." For those who don't know what conflagration is, it's a large, destructive fire that spreads rapidly and causes significant damage, often destroying multiple properties and potentially resulting in loss of life. So again, it says the second, conflagration of many cities. The third, destruction and pestilence of animals. The fourth, hunger of the whole world and of its people. The fifth, by destruction among its rulers. Destruction by earthquake. And the sword, the sixth, multiplication of hail and snow. The seventh, the wild beasts will be their grave. The eighth, hunger and pestilence will alternate with their destruction. The ninth, punishment by the sword and flight in distress. And the 10th, thunder and voices and destructive earthquake. As we see here, the Most High opened the heavens and showed Abraham what was to come in the latter days. Abraham had asked to see the future judgment prepared for the wicked, and the Most High answered him, saying, "Because you have sought to know these things, I will tell you what has been prepared for the nations at the passing of the 12th hour of the earth." As you can see, these plagues were prepared for the end times and the rebellious nations of the world. The first was pain, intense, unrelenting anguish and torment. The second was fire, cities consumed in flames, whole regions destroyed by conflagration. The third is the plague of pestilence and death among the animals, disrupting food, labor, and life itself. Then came the fourth, famine, not in one land, but across the whole earth. The fifth plague struck the high places, rulers falling, governments collapsing, and destruction by both the sword and by violent earthquakes. The sixth plague brought unnatural storms, hail and snow falling in places, seasons where they should not be, shaking the balance of the natural world. Then the seventh, wild beasts turning on mankind, becoming instruments of judgment. The eighth brought back-to-back waves of famine and plague alternating without pause, leaving no room for recovery. The ninth plague was a sword again, war, terror, and people fleeing in desperation, yet finding no rest. And the 10th, the final blow came with thunder, divine voices, and an earth-shattering earthquake sent from above for a future time. And now, as we look around at the distress of the nations, the rising storms, the unrest, the unnatural disasters, and the groaning of creation, we must ask, have the hours passed? Are we at the door of the 12th hour? And if so, we must remember this. These plagues are not appointed for those who are in covenant. They are set for the rebellious, the proud, and the defiant, those who mock his law, who love the world more than his ways. Those who refuse correction will not escape what is coming, nor the plagues that are happening now. But to those who prepare their hearts, who obey the voice of Yahuwah, and are walking in righteousness, there is refuge, there is protection, and there is hope. The Most High also showed Abraham a divine trumpet sound, an announcement and a call that comes from above, signaling the arrival of judgment and the gathering of the remnant of Israel. The trumpet is used all through the scriptures as a warning, a summons, and a declaration of war or worship. This trumpet announcement will mark the moment when time shifts and divine intervention begins. At the sound of this trumpet, the Most High says that he will send his elect one, having in him all his power in one measure. This elect one is none other than Yahushua HaMashiach, the chosen vessel of the Father's will, the embodiment of righteousness and justice. He comes not as a lamb, but as a king and a judge, equipped with all the power of Yahuwah. One measure symbolizes perfect completeness, not partial, not limited, but the full authority of the Creator placed within him. The Most High also tells Abraham, "And this one shall summon my despised people from the nations." This is the regathering of the remnant, those scattered, rejected, mocked, and misunderstood. The children of Israel, the so-called black people who were despised, enslaved, and exiled among all the nations, will be called out, not by man, but by the voice of the elect one himself. Yahuwah goes on to say, "I will burn with fire those who have insulted them and who have ruled among them in this age. The oppressors, the mockers, the rulers who sat in high places while despising the children of Yahuwah. Their judgment is fire." These are those who ruled with pride and power over Yah's people in this present world order, but their end will not be glorious. It will be terrifying. Yahuwah speaks of relentless torment. The wicked will not have peace even in death. He says, "I have prepared them to be food for the fire of Hades and for ceaseless flight to and fro through the air in the underworld beneath the earth." They are destined for the realm of destruction and confusion, pain, and eternal wandering. Yahuwah says that their bodies will be filled with worms, and for on them shall they see the righteousness of the Creator, those who have chosen to do my will. So even in judgment, Yahuwah is righteous. The wicked will witness his justice, and his people, those who have chosen to walk in his will be vindicated. This is not just about punishment, it's about revealing who truly belongs to Yahuwah. So in closing, I would like to say that what we're witnessing across the earth is not climate change, it's not global warming, it's not weather machines, or cloud seeding. It's covenant confrontation. These storms, unnatural, untimely, and unrelenting, are not random acts of nature. They are warnings, signs, and judgments. The wind speaks, the rain testifies, the lightning declares that the earth is out of order, and the heavens are responding. Job 38:22 through 23 reads, "Hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow? Or hast thou seen the treasures of the hail, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war?" This is a divine reminder that what we call natural disasters are not random and not man-made. Yahuwah says he has the treasures of snow and hail, stored, hidden, and reserved for times of trouble and war. These are not just weather patterns, they are spiritual weapons, held in waiting by the Creator himself. So when we see hail falling out of season, floods rising overnight, earthquakes cracking the earth open, or fires sweeping through the lands, these are not coincidences. And though governments and technologies may manipulate some things, they cannot create the heavens' arsenal. Man does not control the storehouses of Yahuwah. These judgments are both spiritual and physical, and they come from a higher courtroom. In this age of deception, many will blame climate change, governments, or science, but the word tells us plainly Yahuwah uses creation as his sword. These are warnings. These are corrections. These are acts of justice. And if Yahuwah has reserved snow, hail, and storm for the day of battle, then what we're seeing in the earth is a sign that the battle has begun. Thank you all for listening. May the Most High bless you and keep you all safe in this hour. And remember Matthew 24:13, "He that endures until the end shall be saved." And until my next video, Shalom.